Hey guys, HappyFireBallMan, and here today we'll be reviewing our SRM Kaziwurthi Sportizian Restomod. And yes, this is a Restomod version of the Sportizian, which is a sportier version of the Kaziwurthi. This is the Sportizian, which is a flat 4, like a carbureted flat 4. This is supposed to be like shiny, as you see in the thumbnail of the car itself. As you see the thumbnail, it's supposed to be like really shiny, but it's not. Also, let's get the Kaziwurthi as well. It also looks like this because it's more white and gray. This is the Restomod. This is like the original. Not the original. This is the original. Okay. Yes, this is the original one, which only has a 7 horsepower, 240, not 240, like 0.2, 0.24, 240 cc inline 3, carbureted, rear-wheel drive. It only goes 15 miles per hour. Let's check. Yeah, it's super slow because of 7 horsepower. But the good thing about it is it has a perfect, perfect 50-50 weight distribution. It only weighs 1,540 pounds. That's very light. Like, there's not a lot of cars that weigh even that close. It's supposed to go 40 miles per hour, but like, somehow like it's stuck. It needs like some help. 15 miles per hour. If it was able to go 40, I would like. See, at second gear. I might as well use the 1 gear because it won't even reach 40 miles per hour. It'll only go like 15. But the Sportizian now has a upgraded, it has a bigger engine, a way bigger engine. Still has a 50-50, but it's like 400 pounds kind of heavier. Yeah, 1,900 pounds. It has a flat 4, carbureted flat 4, so which is good. And it can go, and it goes faster. And now it has reached 40 miles per hour. This has an almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution. Now this may be able to be like competing with a Volkswagen Beetle. It's actually quite quick for a car like this. But now let's go for our Restomod, which sounds like the quietest of them all. And it packs in a new frame. Instead of a cheap ladder like the other two, it has a space frame. And it has a inline 4, Japanese inline 4. And what does this engine come from? Well, it comes from a, let me put in the car that I took the engine from. It comes from the Rotor H11, the engine. Yes, the Rotor H11's engine. But I tuned the engine. The engine from this, yes. It's basically a similar engine, just different tubes because of the turbo. As this is naturally aspirated, so I added a turbo, and I gave it 300 horsepower. The Rotor H11 only had 175 horsepower, and it's quite smooth for a off-roader like this. It's quite smooth, and it's like capable of off-road, like really capable, only with 175 horsepower, so I tune it to 300 using a turbo, and it only weighs like 1,800 pounds, which is 300 pounds heavier than the base model from back then, but it has 300 horsepower to back it up, so maybe it's a good trade-off. But anyways, let's delete these cars because I don't want to crash BeamNG, like, as I only have like 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah. Now let's go to the mudding area and see if we can go mudding in this. This now has all-wheel drive instead of rear-wheel drive. And the power in all-wheel drive is kind of helping it. I think I put like a distribution of power, 55 to the rear and 45 to the front. Wait, plus reverse. Okay, let's get out. Okay, you got it. Got it out of the mud. You guys slip it off that big piece. Now we get off the mud. Could the SRM Restomod make it? The other two need some severe help. It's lodged itself onto it, and yes, it did get out. For fun, we'll just go onto the rocks. Yes, I don't do the rocks most often. I use it for like off-roaders, but I would like to see how well this can handle, because the original one we also tested for off-road capability, like on the rocks. Well, I mean, this car now is like worth like $1.1 million. And I'm hitting an invisible tree. It's still drivable, it's still good, it's still able to go. Sure, it's a lot, but it's better. Top speed is 177 miles per hour, but when you get to 177 miles per hour, you can begin to slip out. But now we're going to go on the elemental test strips. Okay, easy as pie. Hopefully we can go to the sand and the mud, which the other two were unable. The base model, Kaziwurthi, was unable to do it because of the lack of power, and it only has rear-wheel drive. The second one only had rear-wheel drive, so that was at a disadvantage. It had enough, but not enough. It only had 40 horsepower to use sportier one, which is around like 6 times, not 6 times, it's around 5 to 6 between those two numbers. 6 times the power of the base model. This is like, this has 300 horsepower, and like that has 10 horsepower, so that's basically like around 40 to 45 times more powerful, which is crazy. Wait, let me just do some math real quick. Around, it's 40-ish. But anyway, screw it. Let's go on the mud. Like 45 times 7 is 35 plus 35 plus 40 times 7 is Let's see, 40. Dang it. Happy campers are everywhere, so 380 plus 35. No, not 380. And we got stuck. Sometimes I'm like, I just found out, like when you're pressing gas and reverse, like the wheel goes up. See, you can see the wheel going up and down. And 40 times. Yeah, I don't want to use Google on this. It was unable to go back because it was small. It was like below, and it got itself stuck onto the ground. As you can kind of see, the part of the frame goes below, then the chassis goes below the door line, not door line, like below the side skirts. Like you can see how it's lower. So 40 times 7 is no, not 380. Yes, 280. Oh, it took me that long. Man, why did I do that? 40. It's like 280. I did not know why it took that long, because 14 times, like 4 times 7 is 28, so it should be 280. I don't know, 280 plus 35 is basically 315. So that's around the power output that this makes. I don't remember the power output, like around 300, 320, 315, I don't know. But it did make the people of Dubai kind of happy. How? Well, it's able to go in the sand. I can't assume that everyone in Dubai goes in the sand with supercars, but then again, I just do it for fun. Just saying, oh, the sand is for Dubai, happy campers, all that. Even the Eskimo with the ice. Now let's check with the Eskimos now. The original car was good for them because it's slow and it was fast. Not fast, but it was controllable. This surprisingly gets 34 miles per gallon, which is crazy. This car can go 177 miles per hour, have good cornering ability. Sad thing is, it costs $1.1 million, and this is a Restomod of a super cheap car that only costs $10,000. So basically, that's 100 times. This is 100 times more expensive than the original one. The original one was about $10,000, the Sportizian. The base one was $4,000. But nevertheless, this is quality. Anyways, now we have done that. Now let's go and check if we can go mud bogging. That's an important question. Yeah. I mean, the suspension is not high, really. This is actually low for a car like this. And these things are kind of annoying, but I can live with them. I can just say that it's, I guess, a quirk or feature of the car. See, look. You see the chassis is lodged onto that piece? that's kind of its weakness. It's not supposed to go off-roading. Well, I'll do off-roading anyways. People have off-roaded in Bugattis before. The Stradman has gone in the snow in his Bugatti Veyron. Some people have done it. Some people have done it. That's the incredibly rich people. Real rich people are able to buy a Bugatti, then off-road it, then when it gets destroyed, they can just buy another Bugatti. That's what a real rich person is. This has not a real ability to like go on the mudding, so this can't go mudding. It could if it had a higher suspension setup, but it hasn't have the ability to go mud dog. Able to go on the bumps like a champ. Now let's see. Is it able to go on simple bumps? And the answer is yes, indeed. It's able to go over the simple bumps quickly at like 35 miles per hour. So what's 40 times 7 is 280. 280 plus 35 is basically 315. Why am I saying this right now? I really just want to feel smart. Okay, now let's go to the. Okay, let's go on the flight of stairs. Really, flight of stairs is basically a maneuverability test and how powerful and how good of a not an off-road challenge. It's more of a compactness, the maneuverability, power, suspension. It's kind of a good test to like see how like to see how a car is. Like if it can go up here, it's like this kind of shows like to see if it's a good car. Like sometimes the cars need help. I don't say any car, no car is a bad car. Sometimes they go below my expectations. Sometimes. But I mean, this car is very low and it requires like zero assistance. When I say zero assistance, it doesn't mean like it's going to survive, but it's like this didn't require like any like of my help, like me like pulling the car like this. No, it did not require any of that. It was able to go. So if the thing is, if the car can like finish the challenge, it's a good car. I know some cars I pulled and I said they were good cars, but they're all good cars. It's a matter if they can get it to the other side with some help. Like I know some cars had like a lot of help, like my Carman Le Mans car, which has a 11-liter V12, which is not very Le Mans because that goes against the rules basically. That's a prototype. Yeah, see, I fixed my words with just saying prototype. It's just a prototype. And it needed help because it was like super low. This had little to zero problems. But now let's go on the top speed of this car. Top speed is around 177 miles per hour. The thing is, the car like kind of spins out. Doesn't spin out now. I could make the car lighter by just taking off electronic stability control, because like I know what's going on to your heads, guys. Like if I'm going to turn it off, why just not put electronic stability control? Why not just put ABS, or go like even like to a point where it's no like traction aids? I mean, I want the traction aids, like, but I want to be able to like turn off the traction aids or turn off the traction aids. See, it goes super quick, but when you hit 177, be prepared to say your prayers, because this is not going to forgive you. almost went 180, but that's not bad. This car can go 180 in spin, so I'd say like don't go past 177 miles per hour. Like, unless you know how to like control the car and make it stay still, because as a 300 horsepower, 1,800 pound car with an almost 50-50 weight distribution, it's more heavier in the front by like 1%, like so 49 to 51% weight distribution, but it's still a good car. It weighs light, it has good handling characteristics, almost 50-50 weight distribution, has good gas mileage, good top speed. Sometimes, yeah, sure, it doesn't go 200 miles per hour, but then again, the car isn't about going the fastest straight line. It's more about cornering. Sure, it's slipping out, but it's controllable. You can slip out and then you can control it. See, look. Control drifts. Well, that went out. But all I'm saying is, the car is meant to be more of a controllable aspect. Never was it has speed in its priority. You can turn so much. You can turn too much, but you can't turn so less. That's... Oh man, I need to get a studio. Like, here's the thing, if you're hearing background sounds, I'm in a office room, and I live with my family. No, I'm not some kind of dropout, or like some kind of like dirty old man living. I'm just like in the office room, but like my office room is not like those streamers. I don't have a room for myself. I don't have a door, because like my door isn't really like going to like stop any sound, and like my computer is right here. Like, the space is good. The door doesn't block any sound, really. But that's why you're going to hear some background sounds. Oh, God. See, look. I can't just put, like, a muffler. Like, I could put a muffler and put it like this, but, like, that's using my hand. I'm trying to muffle the sound so well that it just fails. I'm just going to let you have the audio. Oh no. But here's the thing. It may not be fast or quick like the Jerome HXR, which is basically a Beretta Jerome. Like, sure, I have many cars that I have not built or showed you. It's not like a 12 KTA all-wheel drive or a Le Mans or the Carmen Elegance, which I made, or Carmen Silk Thread, which can go 212 miles per hour, or the Star. See, I said I won't be building any cars from the past, but I built this as a Carmen because I thought, like, yes, this has a special place in my heart. No, it does not have a inline 5. It has a V6 twin turbo. Yeah, it's kind of not, because like I couldn't crank out 500 horsepower like I did with this. It goes 195, 197 miles per hour. It has the capability of going 200 if it has the right conditions. Rotar has the H1 STO and T11. Well, H11, but like I forgot the extra one. STO, the H11, which this is basically a truck version of this. Older version. Older truck version. That's more rally based. Like a Porsche-like car. KTK car. Rotar Claymore, which like literally explodes. Rotar Lux 660 Wisdom. This is the SRM S1, which basically like started this SRM company. Yeah, but it is a great car overall. Sure, biggest difference is just the headlights, wider vents, rims, different color. This is not supposed to be a shiny. It's like supposed to be like this matte, not matte, but like gray color. Has tube frame, inline four. Could have gone for the flat four, but I decided the inline four would have been a better choice. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you like it, and I hope you come for another video. And that's it for today. Bye, guys. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and please let me know what to build next.